Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm back, straight facts. In my bag, straight facts. Came to bring the hits, nigga, straight facts, trying to hit the falls list, straight facts.
And we're back with another episode of the Flagrant Two, X and Lou. I'm X, that's Lou. Don't stop my shit.
Because my shit's delayed, bro. No. Nah. There you go. All right, there you go. I'm back. My shit was delayed. Like I'm looking at my shit and I'm doing something and then that shit be like 3 seconds later. Like I'm like, okay. Well, we good now. We good now. I am sorry.
Good, man. If you haven't already, man, please like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell so you can be tuned into our newest episodes. And another week, another trade. Trade. I like this trade. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I like this trade. I think that the Pacers are in a win now mentality. Toronto, I said it during the Quick and Barrett trade that they're more in a not a full rebuild, but like a restructure kind of thing. But the Pacers, they're in a win now mode. I mean, I think Pascal moves the needle for them a little bit. He's a better player than Bruce Brown, who they ended up trading to Toronto. They're gonna get more production out of him, and on top of that, they needed somebody that is a little bit more consistent scoring wise next to
Halliburton.
Yeah, Hallie. The music threw me off. Music threw me off.
I could totally agree with you. Especially on the Pacers. Go ahead, sorry.
No. I was just I mean, I think that whatchamacallit, what's the big? I always forget his name.
Miles Turner.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is why they needed Pascal Siakam.
We don't know their names. Who else is on the team? Yeah, right. So what you saying is Pascal's Pacers now, but nah. That was just a good time. It just went with it. But I like the trade. I think it's a fantastic trade for them, and I understand the win now. I don't think it's like 100% win now, but it's more so like, all right, let's get this piece, let's get them situated, and like you said, it moves the needle just a little bit because he's gonna give you obviously everything Bruce Brown gave you, but better, clearly, because he's gonna give you like at least some defensive effort and everything. Where it's just like, come on, y'all already 27th in defense. It don't move it that much. It's not much one person could truly do, but that one person can help while these games are close to put a body on somebody at the end. You could guard a Tatum, put him on a Giannis, people like that at the end where he could possibly make a play. Like, it's not going to sit there and make you go from 27th to 2. Like, you're not going to become just because one player. But in those clutch times, in those crunch times, you can have a body to put on somebody where he could possibly get a stop and he'll give you the effort. You ain't had that before. Somebody who's long and athletic like him.
Right.
So I think that's was really one of the fantastic things I like. And then it's just like, come on, the guy was getting 30 points out there in Toronto. Toronto didn't have spacing that the Pacers have. Facts. So now it's not going to be those two people coming at him and he's making something happen. He's got to get to the mid-range areas. When he get by his guy, it's just like, all right, easy reads. And he makes it happen. And then you already got a point guard who's going to get him easy looks.
Yeah.
So definitely. I think it's fantastic.
Miles Turner. That's what I was thinking of. Miles Turner. Miles Turner. That's what was the big Miles Turner. And
Miles Turner.
Yeah, no, I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Miles Turner. I'm reiterating. Miles Turner. That's the name I was trying to think of that I couldn't think of.
That's the name I said. Is what I'm telling you.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Miles Turner. Like I'm like now it clicks. Like it's
that's so long ago. You already got the
answer, bro. I know it's delayed. It's delayed. It was delayed reaction. But no, I mean, when you look at their starters, I mean, you have Buddy Hield, you have Miles Turner, then you inserting into that equation Siakam, that's a formidable 4, you know. And then that other guy that's out there, like he's out there and he could give you quality minutes, and then you can interchange them. I think that the coaching in Indiana has been good this year, where the minutes have been spaced out equally, but not just that. It's more of the there isn't a drop off in production as far as who who's coming in off the bench. The lineups have been fairly good. You know, Hallie comes off, you get quality minutes from Mathurin or McConnell. You know, there's not really too much of a drop off when it comes to that. So in certain
I ain't gonna lie. I got to intercept with this one. You forgot TJ McConnell.
no, I just said
Talking about
McConnell.
Mathurin. Oh, you said it horribly then.
Yeah, I said Mathurin, then I said McConnell. Yeah, I'll get into that. I was getting to that. But what I'm saying is like, yeah, but I mean, they have so many things that they could throw at you. They could throw Walker at you. They could throw you know, obviously McConnell, Smith, you know. But I think this move was a move that they needed to do in order to shore up being a top 4 seed. This was their move, saying, look, the play-in tournament wasn't a fluke. We want to compete. This is what we're going to do in order to do that. Yeah, the end season. So this was their move. Now they can match up with a Boston. They can match up with a Philadelphia. They can match up with well, they was already matching up with the Heat and the Knicks and everything. But you want to match up with the top dogs. You want to match up with Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Boston. This move does that. But on the flip side of it, I also like the move for Toronto. 3 first rounds, a second round, Bruce Brown, who they don't even know if they're gonna actually retain. They're still floating him out in the air and seeing what they could get back off of him. Like that, this move for Toronto kind of set them up for the interim, but also for the future.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm glad we got back to Toronto on this. I think this is this right here is the Kawhi 2.0 right here. And hear me out, because you probably ain't thinking ahead. But when we think of Scotty Barnes, honestly, you know, I love Scotty Barnes.
Yeah,
but I don't think of him as a number 1.
No.
But I look at him in a Pascal role where he could be a fantastic number 2. And now you got a small guard who could score and get the ball around him, Van Vliet. And IQ. You replaced OG and got another OG and RG Barrett.
Yeah.
You got enough picks. You're about to drop Bruce Brown and go get some more picks. Guess what that does? That sets you up to get a superstar to be your number 1, i.e. Kawhi-esque type of player. And guess what you're doing? You're making another run for the finals. I think Masai has put himself in the same position that he was when he first got with Toronto. And he's going to develop these boys and possibly and guess what? If Scotty turns out to actually be a number 1, that's even better. So it's like, I think he just really put the same scheme and just moved it forward a few years now.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. I think RJ being home is going to revitalize him in a way, because New York market is brutal. It's not for everybody. RJ is more of a quiet guy. Toronto could probably suit him, and he's home. He's in Canada. He's back where, you know, he had a fantastic run during the Olympics or the FIBA, whatever you want to call it, the World Classic.
Yeah.
I think I've always thought highly of IQ. I thought that, you know, we should have gave him more minutes. We should have started him. You know, before Brunson came, I thought that we should have started him. But you know, IQ is in a better situation. He's a starter now, and he's been balling out there. He's showing that he can be a really good quality guard. And what you want out of your point guards is a willing defender. That's exactly what IQ gives you. It gives you scoring, and it gives you the ability to be willing to defend. everybody always talking about like, oh, you need a true stopper, you need a true two-way. No, sometimes you just need somebody that's willing to defend, willing to put your body out there and put your body in front of another body and ultimately try to stop a drive, clog the lanes. You just need somebody that's willing to do the dirty work. You have somebody that's willing to do that, you're able to, prosper in the league. IQ is one of those type guards that's willing to put his body out there, willing to take the contact, willing to be a willing defender and use his, arm length and stuff like that. So I think that Toronto right now, what are they? They're 12th in the East right now. This move solidifies them moving forward. I think that this is going, if they're able to build on the youth and even if they're able to go out and get because who's the number one that you would look at to try to bring in right now in season? I think number one will probably come at the end of the season, if anything. But who will be your number one?
No, but that's what I mean. I don't mean like during this season. Mm-hmm. This season is already, I think, is what I mean. For them, it's kind of like over. They just thinking of trades, what we got, how to develop these guys. So I'm not thinking of it. Yeah, I'm not thinking about like this season is gonna be it. That's why I said like 5 years within down the line, like who's gonna be the next one he looks at and be like, this is the guy for me.
Yeah, I'm mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Mad. I think... and while you was talking about IQ. I don't know if you see that, but there was during the press conference, their head coach, Darko, compared IQ to being like a Drew Holiday, as far as he was like, he's not too far from being a Drew Holiday. All he has to do is get some muscle and core strength. And like you say, he's a willing defender. He could be there in the spots, but sometimes he's just too small.
Yeah, he's just too small. I think with smaller guards, it's hard. I mean, Drew Holiday, he's like 6'4", and he's like he's strong. I think, and it's tough. IQ is like 6'2", 6'3", and like I said, he's a willing
muscle on him. You don't think so?
I think anything is possible. I think anything is possible. If you work out during the off season, you train. I mean, you look at Kobe. Training, talent is only going to get you so far. You have to be disciplined. You have to put forth the effort and the practice and the regiment. And every day, if you train your body enough to do it, then yeah, obviously, I think that he could do it. It's up to IQ. I think IQ is a fantastic player. I didn't want to get rid of him. I wanted to keep him on the Knicks, but unfortunately, we made the trade. Fortunate for the Toronto Raptors. Let's see what he does. If he's able to, pack on a little bit of muscle and take the offseason serious, I think that, yeah, he could be in the realm of a Drew Holiday or a Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is an undersized guard who defends fantastic because he has great lateral quickness and he's strong. So, I mean, it's not out the realm of possibility.
No, I feel like he got to have one of them MJ transformations. One of those. He need one of those pictures so that he's out there in the weight room. You feel me?
Nah. As far as with this trade, where do you see Bruce Brown? Because I don't see Bruce Brown staying in Toronto. Where do you see him ultimately going back to? Because I mean, I can see Denver possibly trying to get him back. I could see maybe the Lakers trying to get him. They could use a little bit of defense over there. I mean, because Bruce Brown to me is more of a defensive player than he is offensive.
Yeah, I think he's like a tertiary ball handler who could make plays happen. But as far as seeing him going, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really think of stuff like that. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Obviously a contender, but I got to think about the contenders who actually have some type of collateral to give up. Because at the end of the day, Masai's not one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? He ain't one of those guys to play with when you start talking about, yo, I want this, I want that. He ain't gonna give you away for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
So it's like, but like you say, you can see him as far as contenders. I wouldn't want to even see him with the Lakers. That's a crap show over there.
I mean, the Clippers, I mean, there's a lot of good spots.
You know, matter of fact, you know who I thought for a second? I was thinking like OKC. That's what was one of my first thoughts was OKC. Because it's like he falls in, he'll be literally what Jalen Williams is as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he could come off the bench, he could play with him, he could still spot up, he could do a lot of everything. And that's literally how OKC moves in the first place anyway.
Right.
So it's like, you know, and everybody keeps saying, yo, get rid of Josh Giddey. We're gonna talk about that, but they always talk about get rid of Josh Giddey. Like these are ways to do it, but Bruce Brown at OKC would be nice too.
Yeah, I could see like a pseudo contender going after him. Cavs, Pelicans. I could see one of those pseudo contenders kind of going, or maybe even the Mavs. I'm going back to the Mavs. You look at the pseudo contenders, they have the pieces and collateral to kind of give up, but also he's a gel guy. He's one of those guys that could come in and immediately make an impact off the bench. You don't need starter minutes. You don't need 20, 25 minutes a game. You just need 15. I say between the 15 to 20 minute realm. And he's the guy that could give you quality production in those spots.
Yeah. That's a fact, because you don't need plays and anything for him. And it's just like a lot of these other top teams, I think, like, you know, to get to where they at right now, because when you think of like the Celtics, you think about Minnesota, you start thinking about them, you're like, yo, do they even really have assets to give up for him for what Masai probably most likely is going to want?
Right.
Because it's like Minnesota, you just got rid of all your picks for Gobert, and it's finally paying off. Congrats to them. It's like Boston, you just got you know, Drew Holiday, then also what's his face. So it's like, hey, well, that's the you know Boston, they be making magic happen, so you never know.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see the magic. I can even see Phoenix. I feel like Phoenix is in a prime position to make a move as well. Phoenix needs to make something pop because
they don't have anything either.
I mean, they don't have the players, but they still have a couple of useful picks. I mean, what picks would pry up Bruce Brown? Maybe 2 second rounders, maybe a future first, protected. I mean, it all depends on what Masai is. What's the asking price that Masai wants ultimately for Bruce Brown? Because I think Bruce Brown he's going to be a coveted asset right now, and I don't think that he's going to do Toronto too much if they keep him. I think that they would be well within their rights to go ahead and move him.
Yeah.
Moving on. We're talking about Giddey. Giddey. I mean, all right. So he dodges the charges from the police. So the police, they did their investigation. The parents didn't want to get involved. All charges were ultimately dropped. I guess the state couldn't find enough evidence, so they couldn't prosecute. Now the NBA is doing their own investigation. Yes. Now, usually when Adam Silver steps in, there's suspensions. There's some kind of repercussion. Now, there's a disconnect on social media right now. I want to say disconnect. There's a rift in social media right now between the Josh Giddey allegations and John Morant. Now, whatever it may be warranted, the John Morant situation and Josh Giddey's situation is 2 different entities. Now, I agree that they should be treated with severity due to the allegations and the nature of the allegations. But at the end of the day, they're 2 totally separate situations, 2 totally separate scenarios. Like they're not even one of one. So I don't agree with the comparison. Like, oh, why does this player get this, but this player and this, or it must be a racial thing, blah, blah. I don't agree with that only because of the allegations. You have one player with allegations of guns, alleged, Yeah, a gun
Then
in
the
the
other
video
one with
and
the other
the other
one
one
with
allegedly
buns,
with yeah with the underage.
guns
Yeah.
and buns.
So both of them, yes, severe in their own rights, but two totally separate situations that you have to treat
Yeah.
a little. One needs to be treated a little bit more delicately than the other, because I mean, he could be falsely accused. But what if he's not falsely accused? What if it's accurate? The whole job thing, he was caught in 4K. Like it wasn't like and it wasn't even like a one-off situation. It happened. He was in a club, it happened. Then he was on live and it happened. Spoke to the commissioner, it happened again. Like that was an ongoing situation where they had to kind of nip it in the bud. Josh Giddey, you do have to treat it a little bit more delicately. It's a little bit more of a walking on eggshell situation because of the fact that this is a delicate situation. What if the allegations are false? Now you're falsely accusing this man, Matt Araiza, punter from that was coming from college, drafted by the Buffalo Bills, never even got to play it down because he was accused of rape, gang rape. Ultimately got found not guilty, all charges dropped. He was found innocent, still hasn't revitalized his career. No team still has signed him. It's been 4 years now, 3 years, I think. So I mean, it's a tricky situation.
Yeah, I think too. Also, it's people jumping the gun. Like even when we spoke about it for a brief second, it's like, yo, charges ain't been filed. Charges ain't been filed, nothing. So it's like, yo, you can't really talk on the situation. Now the charges have been dropped. And people are like, yo, now the NBA is picking up. The thing about it, these people don't know how the rules go. The NBA couldn't get involved with it because it's an active criminal investigation.
Yeah.
So you can't get involved with it. And then you talking about, oh, well, if this was a black guy, he would have been charged already. But the NBA can't do nothing about it. Nothing has been charged.
Right.
Nothing been charged a criminal. Ja Morant's situation, it wasn't criminal. It was literally straight to the NBA.
Right.
So that's the reason why something could have happened right away. Some people are mad, like they like, oh, because he's, it's doing a racial thing, black and white. Because he's white, they ain't do nothing yet. Yeah, he ain't get charged for nothing. Well, for other stuff, like some of these domestic stuff, they had video, they had him beating up the girl. He's charged and arrested for domestic violence. So it's like, yo, well, we can see, you know what I mean? Legit see that it's truly something. This situation is all hearsay. Like, got pics and stuff. So it's like, the real no, but it's still like, yo, this girl, you don't know, you know what I mean? Like the girl's like, yo, I'm 18, I'm old enough. All right, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, you don't know the situation.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. Like, yo, nobody knows the situation. They just see it. They like, yo, this, that, and the third. Now the NBA is doing their investigation. They figure out something. They could suspend them if they truly want to. If they really, substantial
they see
evidence for them. So it's just like a lot of these people are jumping like, oh, the black and white thing. And I'm like, yo, I understand it because, I'm pro-black myself. But it's just like, yo, this situation is, like you said, apples to oranges. Like, yo, you're judging two different things. Something that goes straight to the NBA versus something that has to do legal stuff now. Like you said, the guy didn't get charged with it and he hasn't played the game. So now OKC would have missed out on a good 15 and 6 assists. You know what I mean? A guy who could get a triple-double damn near each night.
Yeah.
Because of allegations.
Yeah. And then to piggyback off of that, that's usually how the process goes anyway. You look at the Ray Rice situation, NFL. He was charged through the courts, and then the NFL levied their punishment. Like the leagues, any of these leagues, they don't levy their punishment until there's a judgment, and then they have to do their own investigation with everything that was involved and see if because there's a CBA involved. There's a player contract involved with the Players Association, with the union reps, and that they have to go through the right channels in order to make the necessary, discipline, if there is any discipline that needs to be made. So say if me and you were out partying, I violate the CBA, guess what? If it's criminal, then I got to go through the criminal process first. If I get found innocent, okay, cool. I'm found innocent in the court of the law. doesn't mean I'm found innocent in the league's
Yeah.
eyes, because the league could do their own investigation after the fact due to the CBA. And if the league determines that I violated, I could violate personal conduct, I could violate team conduct, I could violate in personal conduct, that there's so many stipulations in personal conduct. You could violate personal conduct just by the way that you dress. There's language in these contracts. So the league could determine, all right, well, we're going to suspend him for 5 games because of personal conduct, or because of and you violating the shield, you know, the league, the tarnishing the name. That's still personal conduct. You're tarnishing the image that we're trying to project. That's personal conduct. That's team conduct. It's detrimental to the you know. So I'm not mad at the whole situation. I'm more mad at the optics on social media, the race card, because not everything is about race. Not everything is 1-to-1 about race. If it was, if a black player was in the same situation as Josh Giddey, currently facing the same allegations, and the league jumped the gun and suspended him, but didn't suspend Giddey, then yes, now we could talk about the race card. Now we could get into the whole racial dynamics. This isn't that situation. Ja Morant, totally different situation, nothing criminal. He was tarnishing the image of the league. He violated the CBA. He violated personal conduct and team conduct that was detrimental to the health of his team and the health of the league. That's why he got suspended. Same with Draymond.
Even when we look at it, you gotta think about it. They even put the picture of the dude in Charlotte, Miles Bridges.
Yeah, Miles Bridges.
Like, the dude was suspended for mad long. They did the same thing. The investigation. Exactly. The investigation went through, and then it went through the same exact channels, just like this is going.
Right.
So it's just like, now they got to do the investigation. The thing about it, Miles has some, it was domestic violence that was proven. So he's suspended.
Yep.
So it's just like,
that's the only thing I don't like. I hate when people are like, oh no, this is an outrage, and you're trying to make something that is not. Like, you're trying to make news that is there's nothing there. Josh Giddey should be, the league is doing their due diligence by handling their own investigation. It's an internal investigation through the NBA, and they're going through their own channels to figure out if he violated any agreements to the CBA. Anytime these guys sign a contract, it's almost like you're signing 2 contracts. You have the CBA, and then you have your own personal contract. And the language in both contracts still stipulate that investigation needs to follow. So, I don't like it. I hate being on social media sometimes, bro, because it's like, what are we mad at? Like,
because you allow people who got 2-cent brains to have, you know what I mean, to act like they lawyers. Like, your pay grade ain't even enough to be thinking about this. Like, let's
our pay grade ain't even up there.
It ain't even enough, and we understand at least. Like, I'm understanding. I'm like, I see why, but it's just like, I'm not getting on either side. I think, what Josh Giddey did is absolutely wrong, but it's just like, come on, you got to go through the channels and do what you got to do. I'm sorry. If you want to go, if the brother and the father wanted to go knock him over the head, they would have did it already.
That's what I'm saying.
They were sitting there laughing and giggling with it. They always in on it, like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm sorry. It's nasty, but it is what it is. Like,
and then on top of that, everything is alleged. Like, I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, what's the Dave Chappelle skit with the R. Kelly and the I need to see ID. Where he was on the stand and he was like, I need to see the shorty with the ID and all that stuff. I mean, the R. Kelly stuff. I mean, I don't mean to bring that up because that's
real,
crazy.
Not that, but just the skit.
But the skit. You know what I'm saying? All this is alleged. How many times have we went to the club? We've been in those kind of situations where you meet a girl and you find out that she's underage and you're like, oh my gosh, and you just cut all communications.
That's it. Like, it happens. Like, yo, you at a club that's like, 21.
I'm not dealing with this.
That's 21 and over. You know what I mean? You thinking everybody?
You're not gonna still like. We're still gonna talk. Like, now that you told me you're underage, I'm still going to engage. Like, nah. disengage.
Nah, yeah, exactly. Like, come on, you got to think about it. Like, yo, how many people got in the club who's 16
With a
with their
fake ID,
sister's
bro. We
ID?
was in the club
Yo,
with
like,
we was in the club underage. Come on, man.
yeah, like, come on, like,
Yeah.
you
So
know,
I mean,
girls
I
get in there, they
understand.
start, oh yeah. So it
I
happens, like,
understand,
it's
but at the same time,
nonsense, but
like I said, it's delicate. Me and you, we have daughters, so it's a delicate
facts.
situation. But you have to let the legal
Yeah.
system play out. If they can't find any substantiating evidence, now it's up to the NBA to find their own investigation. And who knows? The NBA could probably find more than what the prosecutors could find on their own. And
They
then
got
once
some
that
lawyers
happens, they
for
have,
real.
by law, they have to bring it to the prosecution. And at that point in time, the legal system plays out. But
They got some lawyers for real.
nah, facts. Yeah, NBA not playing. NBA not playing.
Anybody else getting lawyers, man? But he ain't the only one dodging charges.
Who else dodging charges?
Who else dodging charges? The Knicks hate him.
Who else dodging charges? All I want to know is, yo,
what you
okay,
mean?
so
Who else dodging charges?
Sidebar.
Go ahead.
Sidebar. This is for the viewers. Me and X have this text message exchange maybe weekly about Coil Ray. Now, I'm married. I'm happily married. But Coil Ray is sexy. I tell my wife that all the time. Coil Ray, this is just something about Coil Ray. Coil Ray is sexy. She is. She's bad. She is. Bro, she is bad. All right, so she's sitting courtside looking like a snack. You know what I'm saying? Looking like an edible arrangement. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Jalen Brunson looks up. It's gonna be a good night. My boy dropped 40. My boy dropped 40 on him. He's shooting a shot for real. Did you see the one-handed three?
Nah, I ain't peeped that. I ain't watched that game. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna send you the clip.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna send that to you. But yeah, my boy shot one-handed three. Like he was showing off last night. Showing off.
Going crazy like that?
Yeah, it was great. I'm gonna send it to you. Like it was great. Like
see.
you know how when on social media when they put the clips and stuff together, they do the little so they I'm gonna send it to you. But anyway, enough about Coil Ray. The Knicks, man. If the Knicks keep playing the way that they're playing, do they have a legitimate shot?
That's a pretty tough, because at the end of the day, I think everybody felt like that OG was like, it wasn't a lateral move, but it upgraded them. But it's just I feel like it's kind of like the Pacers. It upgraded them in the middle of the pack. Like, yeah, if another team get injured, another team get hurt, they definitely next up. Like, you know what I mean? Right. And to take that spot, but they still need some stuff to be done, because at the end of the day, I still don't trust Randall.
I don't trust
OG in them. I could see, like, all right, they could step up, they could play their game. Their game playing solid. If they play how they playing right now into the playoffs and play that, fantastic. But you can't have these ups and downs by Julius Randle, who was a player of the month, and now he's looking like a player. I don't know, player of Hong Kong. You know, Ni Hao. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Well, right now, the Knicks are looking at acquiring Jordan Clarkson, Malcolm Brogdon, Terry Rozier, and Alec Burks. One of those four, those are the four that they're looking at. Out of those four, if I'm the Knicks, I'm looking at Jordan Clarkson more than anybody else. I think Terry Rozier is cool. He could come in spurts behind Jalen. Malcolm Brogdon, he's cool too. Same thing as Terry. Alec, I'm not really too big. I mean, didn't we already have Alec?
I ain't dealing with him.
But Jordan Clarkson, I think, moves the needle. I think Jordan Clarkson, he gives you the production that IQ was giving you off the bench. And I mean, that's what they need. They need a little bit more scoring. If they want to be able to hang with Boston, Philly, Milwaukee, they need a little bit more scoring. And I think Jordan could give that to you. You know, he's not somebody that could take over an entire game, but he's definitely somebody that could take over a quarter.
And I'm gonna say it like this, because I like Brogdon, Brogdon would be fantastic. But with Clarkson, the thing with Clarkson has loud buckets. He'll make those plays, some exciting plays that'll get everybody going. And when you look at the Knicks, which one of them is exciting to you? Like Brunson makes good plays, but it never feels truly exciting. Like where you're just like, damn, that was crazy.
Yeah,
like he makes the solid plays and he's always going to get those points, but it's nobody who has exciting buckets. And I think that's the only reason. Huh?
There's no star power. I think Clarkson gives them a little bit of star power. A little bit. Because he's an exciting player.
Yeah, a little swag, a little something. Because everybody, we see OG. Did you see the OG interview after the game? He was giving them my career answers. It's no swag, no nothing. Like none of them have it. So it's like that's the only reason I can sit there and be like, I'll put Clarkson over, but I like Brogdon because I think Brogdon gives you a solidified everything. Like, you know what I mean? As far as playmaking, as far as a solid shooting, everything. Like overall, I like Brogdon, but for that team, Clarkson definitely, because he gives those exciting, them exciting plays, the swagger plays,
And you're missing that with IQ. Because IQ gave me that.
IQ being gone. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the one he gave you those.
And I feel like Jordan Clarkson, out of the four, Jordan Clarkson is the only one that kind of fits in seamlessly because he's somebody that immediately could come in and play off the ball and doesn't need to kind of fit into a dedicated scheme. I feel like Brogdon does the same, but Brogdon is more like it's more of an integration. You have to integrate Brogdon a little bit more than Clarkson.
The thing about it, I don't know about completely integrate because Brogdon is a smart player, and I think Brogdon would give him more solidified, like off the bench, as far as like actual. Clarkson's going to give you them ups and downs. Brogdon's going to give you that solid play, like so
a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, a little more consistent. It might not be 40 points. Like Clarkson to give you 40 and they give you 10 the next game. Brogdon, his high will be like, oh, he'll have a crazy game. But you'll be like, damn, he had a good 25. Right. And you'll be happy. You know what I mean? But the thing is, he'll give you assists. He'll get people in their spots. And he understands offenses better.
Where is Brogdon right now?
Scorer. He's in Portland.
He's in Portland.
Yes.
I'm not mad at the Knicks trying to get both. To be honest with you, I mean the Knicks have the pieces to try to acquire both.
That's tough because to get both of them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get both of them would be tough because you got players like DiVincenzo, Hart that you would have to get rid of if anything.
Right.
To get both of them, those pieces you want to find a way to keep. So it's just like.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit tough, but I mean, I think that if the Knicks can get one of the two out of those four that I named, if the Knicks can get one of those two, I think that they'll be okay going into the playoffs. Because when you look at it, you want to be able to compete. And right now, I could see them competing in the first round. I don't see them competing past the first round. You want to be able to see the team that. Even though whatever pieces they get without a solidified star, with Randall still on there, I don't see them getting to the finals. The magic would have to happen for them to get to the finals. But you get another piece like a Clarkson, like a Brogdon, they could make it out the first round. They can make it second, maybe even a conference finals. It just depends. It really just depends on what piece they're able to get and how they're able to move forward with those pieces. But I mean, I don't know. I like the state of the league right now. I like the aging stars. I love it. I love it right
stars. Now. You see my babe. Oh, go ahead. We got something different.
Oh, I just wanted to talk about the All-Star snubs, man. Crazy.
All-Star snubs. I ain't even look who made the All-Star.
Cat and Gobert are snubbed. The Western Conference All-Stars.
I mean, who else is up there? Because it's like I could see it. Like definitely. Like, come on, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Cat and Gobert snubbed.
I mean, but I can see one of the two, bro. Not both. One of the two going, but not both, bro.
Because right now, I ain't gonna lie. Right now, I think it's more so just the people's votes, isn't it?
Right now, yeah. Right now,
it's just the fan votes.
the fan
So
vote.
it's
Yeah,
like
because,
I ain't gonna lie. If you look,
votes
but
hasn't
that's
run
the
in
thing.
yet.
If you look at Minnesota, you're gonna look at Anthony Edwards, and that's what I was just about to say. You saw his dunk; that thing was crazy.
Yeah,
He boomed on somebody, then he threw it off the backboard. Like I ain't gonna lie. Side note, anything. Let's just talk about it real quick. These backboard dunks, like what everybody doing this lately? All these new fellas is doing these backboard. The Wimby did it, Chet did it, and Edwards doing it, and this is all like within the last 2-3 weeks. It's crazy, but yeah, I could see them being snubbed. I ain't gonna lie, because at the end of the day, fan votes ain't nothing exciting about either one of them. When you look at Minnesota, you're gonna see Anthony Edwards. You're like, oh, that's the exciting play. That's what I'm voting for. And then when you start thinking about all the other forwards out there, it's tough.
Because because the voting, the way the voting is set up, it's the front court and back court, so it is tough. Right now you have LeBron and Giannis leading respectively in their conferences. Voting ends this Saturday, and the starters are going to be announced January 25th. You have Joel, Tatum, Butler, Jaylen Brown, Jokic, Durant, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, and Alperen
Sengun, my boy from Houston, he going crazy. I ain't even mad at it.
Now you have in the backcourt Hallie, Trey, Dame, Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Maxey. In the West, you got Luka, Steph, Shea, my boy, Harden, Kyrie. I'm surprised Kyrie getting, but I think he's only getting the votes because of popularity.
Kyrie been going crazy. That's what it is. His fans, and he been going crazy.
It's the fan.
The last 4 or 5 games.
I would put Book above Kyrie, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So you would put what?
I would put Book above Kyrie.
Well, Book played like 5 games.
But he's injured?
No, I'm just saying, like he was injured at the beginning of the season. All of them. When you look at Phoenix, you think of KD more than Book right now.
Get down, boy. Trying to set my. You see that? You saw that, right? Like I'm watching him like in 4K. Like he really trying to sit on the couch. Like what is wrong with this dog?
We got twinsies. My baby Charlotte. My baby Charlotte. Oh, get out of here.
Dude, what is wrong with this dog? He really just tried to sit on the couch. Like
no,
a human.
But yeah, like it's tough. All-Star is always tough. Hold on. It's all right, baby.
Yeah, I could. I get what you're saying, but I would still, at the very least, want to. But I want to see, because this is just for the starters.
Fans.
Yeah.
Oh, starters. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just for the starters. So once I could see at least Cat or Gobert making the All-Star game, but I don't think. Hey, out! Get out! Get out! Out! Hey, man.
I don't know, bro.
What's wrong with this dog today? But yeah, I could see at least Cat or Gobert making an All-Star game.
I don't know, because ain't they? Wait, time out. Cat and them is in the West, right?
Yeah, they're in the West.
Bro, nah, they ain't making either one of them making that thing. I ain't gonna lie.
You don't think so?
Nah. You got Paul George in there too, like.
I be forgetting that you have to include all forwards.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then then you even got like Chet going crazy. You got Wemby. Come on, Wemby. Like,
oh yeah.
Wemby gonna have the fans for.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
It's tough that they ain't making nothing. I love you too, baby. Give me a second. They ain't making nothing. I don't care what you say. Those ain't snubs.
Yeah.
Maybe if they was in the East.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, you're right.
Those ain't snubs.
I apologize for my outburst.
And I ain't gonna lie, they good. Like they're good players. Like people would like them,
Yeah,
but
but there's just too many.
not
There's too
for
many
All
forwards.
Star.
Yeah, there's just too many
Not for
forwards.
All Star. Then
Yeah.
it's tough.
Yeah.
And then especially the guard spot too.
Well, I mean,
The
that's
guards is
that's the
tough.
thing too, because when it comes to the reserves, like it's up to the coach who's going that picks but they're picking.
I ain't
from
gonna
the
lie.
pool.
You know what they need to do and make this a better thing? Like we going off topic with it. Well, the same on topic.
Yes, it's still on topic.
But we always talk about snubs.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have them duel it out. We have our top team, right? Our all-star votes. This is what everybody loves as your top team.
Mm-hmm.
And then those people who don't make it, you know what I mean? As that number one team, you make a second and third team, and then the day before, we don't even watch the goddamn dunk contest like that anymore. We don't watch stuff like that anymore. So you put a game between the 2 and the 3, and they got to play the next people.
Oh, I like that. That's kind of like so you will play the rookie and sophomore game, and then you play the all-star snubs game, and then the all-star game. That's fire.
And then they beat the next team who everybody else voted second. And like, all right, cool, whatever. We played the number one. And it's just like that'll be something. Now we can't just sit there and say, all right, they made the all-star second team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can at least say, yo, they made the all-star second team, but got beat, and it just creates another dynamic. Like, I don't know about how it would go because players don't even want to be playing half the time now, but it would just be something more fun than watching them throw up these weak ass dunks.
Nah, facts. Right? I want them to, instead of the like players doing the dunks, they should bring in like dudes off the street that's really trying to do these
the real dunk people. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Bring those in and do a dunk contest and have the players judge them. Like that'd be fire.
The facts.
I don't want the players doing these dumb dunks because I pay you to I pay, well, fans. We pay to watch them dunk in game. I don't care about you dunking when there's nobody that you dunking on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
unless you Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon, then it's different. Them two talk about they get into the dunk contest again. Hey, look, I'm watching. I don't care how old they are. I watch
that. But what's the chances of them coming back? You know what I'm saying?
Well, Aaron Gordon says 0. We all my niggas hate D Wade. Oh, my bad. All my people hate D Wade. You feel me? He had to take that from him.
Yeah, that was tough. That was tough. Yeah, take us out of here, man.
But man, you already know that's the show. And man, you already know the vibes, man. Like, share, sub, and all the above. Tell everybody about us, man. Hit the comment section, all of that. What you want to hear next and everything, man. It's your boys.
I like that. I like that a lot. See you guys later.